So we are discussing about MVVM architecture, right? So in this MVVM architecture, yesterday we have added already some of the classes. Like we created one package name. So from there we added some of the things, right? From there we will continue now. So I think we have to add now shade preferences class, so that we have to add here now. So that once this is open, we will do that. MVVM. Yeah. So yesterday just we created here the class name called shade helper, right? So in this class now we have to declare the shade premises related data here. Like we've had all possibilities of the shade premises, like different ways how we can store that shade premises data that we will add, so that will be help in entire project, like where you want to do that. So on that all areas it will help them. So for that here now, once this project will load, we will write the code. Almost loaded. So shade helper. Right. So in this shade helper now, here I'm creating one class like here. So in this first, I'm declaring that one public. Still it is loading, that's why it is not coming here. Yeah, so public final var. So that is shade preferences column. So here just we are declaring that as the shade preferences. So this first line, which will we are defining the shade preferences, so that is not equal to null. So the null condition we are checking here first. Yeah. Right. Then after this, now here the next line we have to add that editor. So for that I'm using the latent var. So for that editor I'm using here. So latent var, then editor colon. So whatever we declared above shade preferences. So shade preferences dot editor. So we are adding that editor here. Shade preferences editor we are adding here. Right. So then for this now we have to create as the one function. So that function init, we have to create an init method. So because this we have to use in with reference of the context, so it should access everywhere in the entire class. So that's the reason. Just I created one function init method. So in this now, so that I'll write as a context column context. So just I'm writing the context here. Then, so from here now, I'll write that the shape is equal to is equal to with reference of the context, means we can use this in any class, so that dot get shade preferences. So get shade preferences. So get preferences. So here's something we will give the name. So I'm giving some catchy data, something, whatever it is that I'm giving here now. So then with reference of the context here, we are doing right. So context dot mode. So that mode private I'm giving here. Underscore private. So I have created the mode underscore private. Then outside this, first for the first one, I'm creating one more, that is a one more name, that is one function. So that is a fun put key. So fun put key. So here now I'm calling that context. So that is the context, comma key. So that string format. I want to save the key comma value base that is in a string format. So next value, so that is string. So key comma value base I'm sending here now in this format. Right. So then once we have created here, this next step here. So this editor, we have to add the data into the editor. So for that here, editor dot the editor equal to, so that is shade preferences dot edit. So I want to edit this shade. Right. Then editor dot, so editor dot put string. So we have to adding the data into this. So that is the put string, put string. Put string. I want to assign that put string into this. So put string. In this now, we will add that whatever the key we defined above. So that is a key, comma, value. So that will be dynamical. Whatever the value will come, that will be assigned to keys. Then after this now, editor, whatever the editor we are using, that is editor dot apply. So editor dot apply. Right. So that changes will be applied here. Right. So this the adding the key into the shared preferences has completed. Then right, I want to write the data. So I want to write the data. So for that also, we will create this. So just I copy this method. Again, just I copied the entire method. Then I'll paste here. So this we will change a little bit. So that is instead of put key, I change this as the right key. So right key. So for the right, the context is not required. So just we are using key comma value base. So here everything is the same here. Next, I want to write a Boolean value. In case if anything true or false also, I want to add this into this. So for that Boolean value is required. So here add key instead of that add key, fun write Boolean. So I'm writing that fun Boolean. So with this now value, this will be here. Instead of this, it will be here Boolean value. Right. So that one I added. Right. Then here the editor dot this, the data will be here. So here it is a value. Here this is instead of put string, this will be here put Boolean. So this is the Boolean value we are sending. Done. Next one could be here get string. So as of now we added this. Right now I want to get the data. So for that here now this one I'm writing that has the get string. So get key. So I want to get the key. So that is with reference of the context. right, with reference to context, here getting the key comma. Here in this, only with reference of the key we will get right. So that we are getting in the form of, that is in the form of string. So we are getting in the form of string, that is here we are. So this context, I think it is not imported. Now I'll import the context here. Just to get the context is imported here. Importing the context. So here now I want to get the key, right? So to get the key here with reference of whatever the context we define, that is a context. So context dot get shade preferences. So get shade preferences. Get shade preferences. So we define the shade preferences as above as with name of catchy, right? That name and here. So that context dot mode private. So with reference of the mode private only, we are accessing this data. So that is mode private. In this format, we are adding this. Then, so it will return something here. Return shade preferences. So that is whatever the shade preferences we created, it will return that value. So the shade preferences dot so shade dot get string. So it will get the string. So string text. So that is with reference of the key. So whatever the key we are getting with reference of the and value could be here. No. So then next here. So one more function like get string. So I want to get key. Above is key done. So whatever the methods we added for that, that is adding, and for that we are getting the key. So get key, get string. So for this, context is not required. So straight away we will get this key. So key value is also not required for this. So just key outside of that, that is we are getting in the form of string we are getting in the form of Hmm. So here we are getting the string, right? So once we are getting the string here, get string. So it will straightforward, it will return this value. So that is the return. Shared princess dot get key. Here it will, for this case, it should be here null. Here it is a small space. Right. So next in a similar here, we have to get the boolean, right? So to get the boolean here, now copy this and I pasted this. So here now get boolean. So I want to get the boolean value. So for that here context, that is a context string. So outside this it is the boolean. So it is boolean. So here now it will return something. So that return, sorry, for boolean it should be context, get context that catch a boolean. So here instead of this here, so get boolean. So key and the second one could be here. This is the false. True or false it will come, but default it will be the false. False. Next here. So in case if you want to clear the differences data, so again I'm creating one more method, that is a fun clear shade preferences. So I want to clear the shade preferences. So for that only context is required. These all are not required here. So just I'll remove this. So the context. So these are also not required here. So simple here. That is shade princess dot. So whatever shade princess we created, that is shade princess dot edit dot clear dot apply. So this we have to. Right. So this is about the shade preference. So in this somewhere, so this is a null acceptance. Then we have to import this shade interest. So we have to import this. So just I'll write again so that automatically will import this. Just a minute, we will select from the drop down so that automatically it will import this. It will take time, no problem. Just will take here. So now within a this, now this is done, helper. So then now after this helper, now we have to create another class called, that is a login response model. So for the login response model, here we will create another package called model. So that we will create here. Now I'm right clicking on this here now. So that Right click on package name. New. So from here now, I'm selecting that is the new package. So package called model. So I have created a model. Okay, shade princess should be in helper. It should be in helper. I moved that, just I drag and drop that shade reference into here. So it went to that. Then in a model, we have to create one class called login response model. I'm create here one class. So that I'm creating here one new class. That is the Kotlin class. The class name called login response model. I'm creating that login response model. I'm creating this. So login response model. So in this login response model, like how we are getting the data response. So here we are getting two values. One is the key, var key. So that is in the form of string. Means only we are getting two things, right? One is the key, other is the value. So key comma value. So that is var status. One we are getting the key as this, one we are getting the status. This is from API level, we will get this. So for this is the bracket we will use. So this is that. So creation of this. Then you have to create one more package called network. So here we'll create one more package. So that we will create as a network. So within this network, now I'll create that. So API client. So API client. So in this API client now, so we'll write something that is the headers. So whatever the headers and are we are declaring there in the interface, right? So that's similar here. We are doing here now. This is headers. So in this header, so what is the headers we are using here? That is content underscore type colon application slash JSON. So this is the one we are creating. Then, so whatever the request we are, this is the post request. So we have to add that is the post. Then we have, this is an interface, not a class. So interface. So this is the post request. After the post here, now I'll create one function to execute that. So function get login response. I want to get the login response. I'm creating the get login response. In this now, I'm passing the URL. So that is URL colon string. That is we are sending in the form of string. Then from here, now I'm sending that query map. So that is query map body of query map. So body. So colon that we are getting in the form of hash maps. Hash maps. So that is string comma string. So I'm getting the string comma string format. So then outside of this, now we have that call method. So that is a retrofit call. So call that we are sending in the form of. So JSON object. So we are sending in the form of JSON. So then, so now we have to import these two. So call, that is retrofit call, we have to import. Then we have to import this JSON object. Next to this URL also we have to import URL. Okay, that will come here. After that, in this same network, we'll create one client, that is the retrofit client. So here I'm creating one class called retrofit client. So retrofit client, I'm creating that retrofit client. So in this retrofit client, now we will add some of the things. Like the first one we will add as the private var client column. Okay, HTTP client. Okay, HTTP client equal to. So from here now, I want to create one unsafe exception. I want to check that. So that is unsafe HTTP client. So we have to check that unsafe HTTP client here. So HTTP client that we have to check here. Unsafe HTTP. Then you have to use that as the unsafe. Okay, HTTP client. So this validation here we will check, that means in case the URL will come HTTP or HTTPS to handle that. So here we are checking that first method. And after that here now I'm checking this var builder. So I'm using the one builder to equal to. So I'm using the JSON builder. So that is JSON builder dot exclude. I'm excluding something here now, that is exclude field with modifiers, so that we have to add here. I think this no required, directly will add there, directly will add an inside of that. So var JSON equal to okay, it requires. So modifiers here, now we have to add that modifier dot modifier dot final. So modifier dot transit, then modifier dot static. So these three conditions, it will check that here static. Right. Then here now var JSON. So I'm creating the JSON equal to. So whatever builder we created, that builder to dot. So builder to dot create. So we are creating a request create. Then private var builder. So I'm building now here builder. So builder, that is here builder column. So that is with reference of the retrofit. Retrofit dot builder. Retrofit dot builder equal to retrofit dot builder. So here it is building an retrofit. So from there now we have to add as a client. Next add client dot client. So from here this is a lengthy process will be there. So from here we will continue to work.
Okay, sir.